welcome to My Legend podcast. Bollywood has many women who made a mark in acting, made a mark in singing, and a lot of names come up to our mind as a recall. But when it comes to music composition, we always look askance wondering, are there any names worthwhile? In recent years, we have thought of the likes of Sneha Kanwalkar, who made a mark with Gangs of Wasseypur, and few other younger names like Rachita Arora and so on. And in the 1950s, we thought of Usha Khanna. But there was one lady who paved the way for women to compose music, which is essentially a male bastion in films. The lady's name is Saraswati Devi. But want to know more about her? Well, then watch this episode, watch this capsule carefully, and if you like the episode, do like, share and subscribe to the channel. More about Saraswati Devi.
Saraswati Devi was born Khurshed Minocher Homji. Yes, the lady was born into a Parsi family. Saraswati Devi was an Indian director of music and score composer who worked in Hindi cinema way back in the 1930s and 40s, when it was actually unheard of for a woman to be in films composing music. She is most noted for her score "Main ban ki chidiya ban ke bun bun bolu re" in Bombay Talkies' path-breaking Achut Kanya, starring Ashok Kumar and Devika Rani. The movie was released in 1936 and broke box office records. Saraswati Devi, along with Nargis's mother and yes, Sanjay Dutt's grandmother, Jaddanbai, is considered to be one of the first female music composers in Indian cinema. Born in a Parsi family, Saraswati Devi had a love for music at a very young age. Realizing this passion of hers, her father made her study Hindustani classical music under Pandit Vishnu Narayan Bhatkande. Later, she joined the Marist College at Lucknow and studied music. So when AIR, or the All India radio station at Mumbai, was getting set up in the late 1920s, young Khurshed, along with her sister Manik, gave musical performances regularly. The program, known as the Homji Sisters, was very popular with listeners. The iconic founder of Bombay Talkies, Himanshu Rai, who was looking for a good classicalist for his movies, heard these sisters on radio and got in touch with Khurshed and invited her to visit the studio, where she was shown the music room. Rai wanted Khurshed to take care of the music department and score music for his movies, and thus she accepted the offer and took it as a challenge. Her first assignment was for the movie Jawani Ki Hawa, starring Himanshu Rai's beautiful and legendary actress wife Devika Rani. Khurshed had a difficult time making the actors sing and had to simplify the tunes to cover some areas with music, as in those days, if you would remember, there was no playback singing and music was recorded live with voices that were quite raw, so to speak. Jawani Ki Hawa was followed by her first hit movie Achut Kanya in 1936. Ashok Kumar, along with Devika Rani, where she spent several hours a day with them, day after day, rehearsing for a song before it was filmed. In 1936, Khurshed aka Saraswati Devi gave the music for the film Janmabhoomi, and it was released right in the middle of the Indian independence movement and featured one of the first explicit nationalistic songs of Hindi cinema, Jai Jai Janani Janmabhoomi, Hail the Land of Our Birth, which was written by J.S. Kashyap. Subsequently, a tune from the chorus of this song was used by the BBC as a signature tune for its Indian news service. Of course, when a woman gets into something like music composition in those conservative times, there was bound to be an uproar. The Parsi community was not happy, and to top it, the board of directors of Bombay Talkies included some members from the Parsi community who objected vociferously to girls from their community being in the talkies. But Himanshu Rai was not to be perturbed. He defended the Homji sisters, and Saraswati Devi's identity was concealed by giving her the name that she went on to assume throughout her life. So Khurshed became Saraswati Devi. Her sister, who acted in roles for the Bombay Talkies company, was given the name Chandra Prabha. So essentially, Saraswati Devi is the first female music director in Hindi films. So if people would remember the 1960s hit Koi Humdam Na Raha from the Kishore Kumar classic Jhumru, the original track for this song was sung by Ashok Kumar in the film Jeevan Naya in 1936. She was also the original composer of the famous song from Padosan, Ek Chaturanar Karke Singar. The song was originally sung by Ashok Kumar again in the film Jhula in 1941 and was later adopted by R.D. Burman for Padosan and rendered by Manade and Kishore Kumar. Saraswati Devi never married and lived alone in an apartment. She passed on August 9th in 1980 at the age of 68, leaving behind unforgettable memories of an era which she was a golden link, the 1930s and the 40s. So if you ever get to be asked this question about one of the foremost pioneer composers, female composers in Bollywood, do not forget Saraswati Devi.
So that was about Saraswati Devi. Did you like what you saw? As I said earlier, do like, share and subscribe. Subscriptions are free. Please do not hesitate. Share this with as many people as you know. And we'll come back with more content on My Legend podcast. Thank you.